games. This is Casey McDermott. McDermott missed 5 games after the season debut of Jacksonville. Garrett Degnon's shot ricochets off the head of a Delaware defender. Ball bouncing around. Bodies flying. And I think that was Owen Grant, 81 in black, that hit his head.
And he just saved it back there, so he's starting to make his presence felt.
He ran from one side of the field to the other.
He kind of got through that gauntlet.
Yeah. Feed in front. Ryan Evans, wheel, deal, scores. So once again, Hopkins thwarts the clearing attempt of Delaware, creates the turnover, slow transition, and it's Ryan Evans on the receiving end. High bouncers will go. Blue Jays back up by 3.
Defense to offense, it's all about these 50-50 ground balls right now. You saw Grant streaking in the open field. McDermott comes up with it, quickly moves the ball. What I love here is the patience. Evans caught it, didn't love his angle, maybe could have tried to shoot something kind of wild on cage. Instead, rolls back, gets the portal. Guys kind of going everywhere. Not here. Those guys stayed and believe in what he is building with this program, what they're developing.
Yeah, Ben DeLuca, a 48-26 record. His assistants, Matt Bukowski, Trey Wilkes, Jake Hervida. Spent 2 seasons as an assistant at Duke, won a national championship in 2014. So he knows what it takes to win a national championship. Coached Rob Pennell in his days at Cornell. Grimes gets to the center of the field and sticks it. Brendan Grimes, he's had 5 assists over the last couple of games. Scored 1 on Friday night against Navy, gets 1 here. The Blue Jays are up 5-1.
For all the positionless lacrosse that you kind of referenced, Grimes is really settling into that attack spot. That unit, Degnan, Angeles, they've been kind of steady. Grimes has now kind of solidified himself as that 3rd guy. And you can see him when good things happen when you get to the middle of the field. So heavy.
For Kilcarry, we'll see if Delaware now can just settle down offensively.
And this is where you got to be a little situational. Delaware, you've played a ton of defense.
Right.
Give them a little bit of a breather here. You don't need to totally put the brakes on, obviously, because you're down, but like, let your defense at least catch their breath.
Shot and a rocket. Ty Kurtz with the heat.
Let's go.
Wow. What a shot.
He can sling it, Dixie. He can sling it.
Look at a smile on your face. You love it. I mean, love this guy.
This is barely a crow hop. I mean, you tell me, he just catches and lets this fly. I don't think there's any sort of footwork involved. Just catch, let it go.
Heads.
Some movement here offensively.
What a skip pass and a dunk. Beautiful look. Laser pass from Kurtz. And that is the big man, J.P. Ward, with the finish. What a handle. That had some pepper to it. Ward is able to handle it, collect it, dunk it. Goal, Blue Hens.
We've talked about the maturation of Kurtz, and his previous few passes weren't cashed in. This one, because it's Ward right on the doorstep. Look at that little off-ball look. You can kind of see Kurtz start to kind of shade his body and head towards that high right shooter. You can see that gets the defense rotating upfield, opens up the...
9 seconds to shoot.
I thought Kilcarry got a piece of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did too. I thought that should be a shot clock reset. Melendez, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's going to be, that was borderline delay a game on Hopkins. I mean, clearly that horn went off, and then he shot the ball
He took
afterwards.
another step or two.
Oof. Empty net. Goal! Delaware is back. What a shot from Owen Grant. Long distance operator on Homewood Field.
We've been one.
For the Blueheads checking back into the game, Cam Accioni, Jason Kolar, and Nick Jessen, the line out there for the Blueheads. This is Jessen. Spins back to the middle of the field, gets a shot up and scores! Off stick side to Tim Marcille. The rollback, the high to low, the goal. And the Blueheads are moshing it up at Homewood Field.
7 goals coming into today. So consistent production out of Jessen. Strong left-handed player, so this time he was dodging down the right alley. You knew this rollback was coming. You knew it. Puts on the brakes and just barely needs any sort of airspace to let those hands get free and let it fly. A hair late on that slide.
Shot clock is not a factor. Seconds. Delaware spinning it. There's the shot and goal. And there's your guy, Ty Kurtz. Another rocket. This time for about 15 yards. Kurtz has the hat trick, and Delaware has their first lead of the game.
And it's just really well-designed action. Let's get into a big little, one long pole, one short stick behind the cage with J.P. Ward, our best distributor. He's going to be the pick guy. You get a little hedge. Now J.P. Ward pushing up one side. You got to respect inside. J.P. Ward throws the easiest and hardest pass in lacrosse. Just the one more adjacent.
Early second quarter. And a 5-0 run by the Blueheads closed out the first 30 minutes of action. Mazzone, such a force on the wing on these face-offs. Comes up with it for Hopkins. Not sure what happened if they opened it. Hopkins. This is Cullison. Good pick, set by Peshko. Cullison soaks the check, gets inside, but then hangs it out like a loaf of bread and gets stripped.
Like Owen Grant, who's now running in transition. Delaware's got a 5-on-4 here.
Grant cruises into the restraining line, finds Kurtz. Kurtz, skip pass, shot, goal! Fake low, shoot high, and that is Mike Robinson. Soft hands, nice touch. Delaware is up by a pair.
This all starts on the defensive end. You thought Collison might have a step. He's gonna hang his stick. Owen Grant, the trail check right there. He doesn't wait to see who comes up with it. He starts getting upfield, and in transition, he wisely swings the ball to the playmaker, Kurtz. Skip pass, gets through the Hopkins defense, and a little...
Once again. Kolar with the shot, a dart to the far post. Jason Kolar cruises down the alley, nobody picks him up, and he pastes the upper 90.
And that's the save we're used to Marcille coming up with, right? Down the alley, stick to the outside, low angle. This is nothing to take away from Kolar, because this is a great attempt. A nice little pick here in transition, creates the separation, but this is the type of save Marcille has made all season long.
20 seconds to shoot for the Blueheads. Robinson up to Kurtz. Kurtz lets it fly and finds the back of the net again. Sweet shooting stroke from number 2 in black. His 4th goal of the game.
And up until that point, it was a pretty good possession by Hopkins defensively. I thought Delaware might be a little too cute in terms of the sub game. This is the disadvantage, Dixie, of playing 5 games in 16 days. Because if you had a full week to prepare, you would know we can't leave that guy open at all, right? you would know, let's close out on him. I don't even care if we leave somebody else.
Getting shots like that.
You just got to be slow to rotate off of him, right? If you're just going to pick your poison, it's like I'd rather have somebody else beat me. So if I'm electing to rotate from him or to him, like I'm always going to pick him over any other human out there.
Hopkins, a 21-minute scoring drought, seeing a 5-1 advantage, now turned into a 9-5 hole they need to climb out of. And there's the first steps by Ryan Evans. Evans with a sweet whirling dervish from behind the cage at goal line extended. He roofs it. He ends the scoring drought and trims the Blue Hen advantage to 3.
The Blue Jays needed this. They needed one to stop the bleeding, to regain a little momentum, to stop Delaware's run. Good ball movement by the Blue Jays to whip it around and quickly attack the short stick. Evans, 2 changes of direction.
Went down.
Yeah, went down right away. If Peshko could have put a high bouncer there or pulled that back towards the top end of the cage, I think that would have gone, but I love Peshko's aggressiveness there.
14th save, and Collison is on a shorty. Delaware looks to be in a zone. They have slipped into a zone.
Let's see if Hopkins can dial something up from Melendez here.
Well, they got their bombers out there. And that's not a bomb, but a much-needed goal. Little slip to the cage for Derek Degnan. Takes the feed from Jacob Angelis. And Hopkins, with 3:07 left in the third period, has cut the lead back down to 2.
Beautiful zone offense execution here by Hopkins. If you could cook it up in the lab, what would you want? Angelis behind the cage, Collison on the perimeter, and Degnan flashing inside.
Taking a peek at the sideline here to see if Grimes might be injured, but I don't see any activity from the Hopkins training staff. Maybe just a tactical change for offensive coordinator John Crawley. Little give and go. Peshko gets ridden down from behind. Flag flies. Ball is picked up by Delaware. So English coming in and creating 2 plays. Both to Jonathan Peshko. One resulted in a goal. Another results in a foul that leads to a Johns Hopkins extra man opportunity.
Black 27, holding 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
You see an old-fashioned little give and go here. Peshko throws it, immediately flashes to the middle, flashes his stick.
Kilcarry with a brilliant save on the last one.
Grimes is out there after being taken off attack and stuffed in the last possession.
Sloppy up top. Yeah, Grimes had that shot that was denied by Kilcarry. Collison a little too lackadaisical on that ground ball. He gets drilled by Owen Grant. Now broken play. Melendez over to Grimes. Grimes, big stick fake. Throws it back. Degnan fakes, shoots, and scores! Garrett Degnan with the hitch. The release. The score. We are tied at 9.
And credit Grimes. He gets taken off the attack unit. The previous extra man, he gets stuffed right on the doorstep. Here, after the broken play, he's got the patience. Good job moving the ball upfield. Melendez is going to skip this across. Watch this big wind up. Doesn't have anything. The patience then to look back. And then Degnan, the hitch, increases his angle.
Failed clear so far in this game for Delaware. Seems like there's more.
Late runoff by Jessen. Quick little 6-on-5 for Hopkins.
And they make him pay. Collison, the freshman. Jessen, the offensive midfielder, wasn't comfortable. Runs off the field and creates a 6-on-5, and Hopkins recognizes it immediately.
Heads up situational lacrosse. Hopkins recognizes the man advantage, and Collison makes him pay. That was maybe Sears or McCormick, like, okay, but like it's Grant.
Right. Delaware scoreless over the last 17 minutes, 0 for 4 shooting during that stretch. And the Blue Jays win another face-off, 17-6 advantage in that category. Casey McDermott, a huge goal for the junior midfielder out of Rochester, New York. Missed the first 5 games of the season with an injury, and you can see how much his teammates appreciate that marker from number 33.
And Dixie, you think about this run, right? Really started with English, and now McDermott. So credit offensive coordinator John Crowley kind of going deeper into his midfielder drop. Delaware's going to stay in their zone.
Grimes up top.
2-2!
Feet under the crease, shot and goal! Angeles looks off the defense and flicks it inside to Matt Collison. And the big Canadian bounces it past Kilcarry. And Hopkins has scored 7 in a row to take a 12-9 lead.
Delaware's just got to get more ball pressure when Angeles has the ball. It's that simple. You can't just let him sit back because he will dissect you. Hopkins is going to swing the ball around. Watch Collison cut through the teeth of the defense. He's actually pretty well covered, but he's got a short stick on him. And on that little pass, you can see one short stick defender try to pass to another. Angeles, just a ton of trust on that movement.
So here you see it's 44.2.
You can see the official call it in and then stop it.
And it stopped it, so that's the problem right there. Delaware. Hopkins, though, if they hold on, what a weekend for the Blue Jays. It'll be a 3-game win streak. Gutted out a huge win in the Carrier Dome against Syracuse. Wasn't pretty, but knocked off Navy on Friday night. Now looks like they'll... And there's a shot by Ty Kurtz. Scores another one to cut it down to 12-10, but it might be a little too late.
Chip and a chance, Dixie.
Stranger things have happened,
Stranger things have happened.
5th goal of the evening for Ty Kurtz. And man, he's a special kind of shooter.
Maybe not the national story. The initial infraction. Right, because Hopkins won the ball, and then the play got blown dead, so then it would have seemingly been Delaware's ball.
81, unsportsmanlike conduct. Full time, 1 minute. 81 black.
So it's going to be unsportsmanlike full-time and Owen Grant as we take a look.
So there's the withholding.
He withheld it. He was chesting. And there Grant goes and gives the forearm shiver. 7-3 with Big Ten play on the horizon. A perfect weekend for the Blue Jays. They knock off Navy and they knock off Delaware. A come from behind 12-10 victory for Johns Hopkins.
This is the exact type of close game that we thought we were going to get. Hopkins able to enact revenge in terms of last season, the Delaware Navy weekend. They pick up 2 in 3 days. For Delaware, 8-day kind of stretch without a game.